Well, hello everyone. This is Richard Kadish, owner and broker in charge of Go Gated Realty, Hilton Head Island and Bluffton, South Carolina. And today I'm here with Leslie Haas, a certified nutritionist and cooking instructor with the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. And you know, I do a lot of real estate videos, and for my blog I do articles about community events. And one of the things that I've observed is that one of the major trends in the Hilton Head Bluffton area is meeting people who want to eat better. They want to eat healthy. They're talking more and more about diets of whole foods, fruits and vegetables, and not just to be healthy, but even in the area of preventive medicine. And to me, it's so clear that being healthy, everything else just takes second place to being healthy. And food is one of the keys that is part of being healthy. And you know, real estate agents are always talking about lifestyle. What is the Hilton Head lifestyle? Well, we're not going to go into that right now, but one of the important parts of Hilton Head lifestyle, one of the growing trends is eating well, eating healthy. And wouldn't it be great if we could just have a formula for good health and being healthy? Well, that's what we're here to talk to Leslie about, because this is her area. I'm so pleased that she's agreed to meet with us today and talk about the big food club at Sun City Hilton Head, the Eat Smart, Live Longer Club that started just a year and a half ago and has just grown by leaps and bounds. Also, the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. And she's a nutrition and cooking instructor with that group, which is very, by physicians and doctors, all about, she's going to tell us all about it, of course, but it's all about how good food can give us good health. Also, we're going to talk about her cooking and nutrition classes that she personally conducts, and other things too, I'm sure. But first, Leslie, let's just talk a little bit about the Eat Smart, Live Longer Club at Sun City Hilton Head. Now, you started that, or were involved with the beginning of it, about a year and a half ago. Please tell us more about that.
Thank you, Richard. I can't take credit for starting the Eat Smart, Live Longer Club. That goes to a lot of people, actually. My sisters and I got together and started eating healthfully after we learned about how important eating the right foods are. And we just didn't know this information. So when we started eating a whole foods, plant-based lifestyle and felt so good, not only did those of us who were on medications get off medications, we lost weight, we felt better. It was just almost too good to be true. So we wanted to tell other people how easy it was, because a lot of times when people think of giving up certain foods, they think of it as a deprivation, and it's really not at all a deprivation. We're opening ourselves to all the huge array of foods that are out there that we often ignored, or that we just were too maybe lazy to prepare. We got used to processed meals and processed foods bought in the store and microwave meals, and we ate out all the time. And now cooking is fun. So when we started this club, my sister Karen Heitman, who'd been very active in the community, agreed to be president, and she's really who we owe the success of the club to. But also, my other sister, Mary Lou Beavers, has had a very, very good role. But also very important are the volunteers and the executive board that we have, because without them, we couldn't have built this club to what it is now, which is well over 500 members.
That's impressive. Well, I know the club, and I appreciate you inviting me to the December meeting of the club. I was really impressed because you have a mission statement which is basically talking about how meat, dairy products are bad for your health, how processed foods are bad for your health, things that some people out there who might have the philosophy, well, you just have to eat, drink, and be merry, and we're all going to die someday, so forth and so on. They might subscribe to that and think that, well, this is just kind of a tree hugger philosophy. But the thing that is very clear to me from having attended one of the meetings was how many people are just have a great desire to eat better, that they're waking up to the realization that if they just do eat better, that they can have better health and a better lifestyle, getting back to the lifestyle idea again, and that it is actually not so hard and maybe even better than taking pills or going to the doctor. But I just want to say that we're not doctors, and we're not in any way saying that this is a substitute for going to the doctor, because we love our doctors. But there's a lot of things that we can do that just don't involve going to the doctor, like simply eating better.
Right.
And I know that part of the philosophy, or the supplement philosophy to the Eat Smart, Live Longer Club is this video, Forks Over Knives. And perhaps you could just tell us a thing about that, because I know you've seen it many times.
Yes, we have seen it many times. And actually, that's another way that we got the club started. And that's one of the tipping points for us, is that we watched the evidence-based documentary Forks Over Knives and learned from doctors how common chronic diseases can be minimized and often reversed just by choosing the right foods to eat. And everything that we teach in the Eat Smart, Live Longer Club meetings each month, and at our monthly how-tos meeting, are usually videos by these doctors. So we're just giving the information so that people can make the choices for themselves as to how much they want to jump in and make changes. If they make small changes, they see small improvements. If they make big changes, they often see big results.
Now this video, Forks Over Knives, I've seen it too. I can highly recommend it. It gives chapter, book, and verse all about how the studies by these two major scientists, Dr. Colin Campbell and Caldwell Esselstyn, the heart surgeon, how they have documented how in different societies and in our own society, how the type of food we eat, specifically less animal meat, less meat, dairy products and so forth, how it specifically even turns on and off cancer, how it does and doesn't either cause heart disease or reverses heart disease. This is all powerful information. This, I understand this video is available on Netflix. At the Eat Smart, Live Longer Club, they show it now and again. You can check it out because of a wonderful lending library there. And to join the club, for those Sun City, you do have to be a Sun City Hilton Head resident to join the Eat Smart, Live Longer Club. But it's only, what, $10 a year?
$10 a year, that's right.
$10 a year. I mean, this is amazing. And the social dimension of that club, which is, of course, one of the major components of good health, together with the resources and the leadership of Leslie and her sisters and others, is just absolutely remarkable. This is one of the major trends that I wanted to tell you about in this video as part of our Hilton Head lifestyle, eating better. So I would, and Leslie will give you her contact information at the end of the video, and you can contact her about more information about Eat Smart, Live Longer. What I'd like to ask you about too now, Leslie, is the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. Because, you know, so many of us have thought now and again, we hear often, wouldn't it be great if we could just concentrate more on preventive medicine as opposed to just curing disease? And it sounds like, you know, a little bit of fantasy. Wouldn't it be nice? Ha ha. But, you know, it turns out that for many people, the answer to that wish comes in the form of just eating better.
Right.
And who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
And yet the Physicians Committee is dedicated to this mission of educating people. It's really free. They have a great website. Can you tell us just a bit more about the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine?
Sure. Well, the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine was founded by its president, Dr. Neil Barnard, I believe in 1985. And Dr. Barnard is also featured in Forks Over Knives, and as you've alluded to, online, the 21-day Kickstart is a free program that rolls out at the first of every month. And it's a wonderful resource. And our Eat Smart, Live Longer Club has a group, support group if you will, that we do almost quarterly, and it is based on this book by Dr. Barnard, the 21-day Kickstart. But when I learned that the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, headquartered in Washington, D.C., took this one step further, they created a cooking instruction class based on the Kickstart. and it's called Kickstart Your Health, The Power of Food for Healthy Weight Management. And that's one of 4 different topics and curricula that we have to offer. I applied for the certification and went to Washington and became trained by Physicians Committee, and I'm one of over 200 instructors worldwide that teaches these classes. So while you have the free online program where you get the email every day with celebrity videos and motivational information and recipes, and our club, you get the support group for the 21-day Kickstart. If you sign up for Leslie's Food for Life 21-day Kickstart, or the Kickstart Your Health Weight Management series, you're actually watching me prepare food. You start out with a video by Dr. Bernard about the topic of the week. Sessions run on average about 7 weeks. Then we have a question and answer session, we have discussion, group discussion, and then I launch into an average of 3 recipes per class. So people get to see healthy plant-based menu items that have been created by dietitians, doctors and nurses for this program, and they get to see it be made, they get to eat and taste the sample recipes, and they get to go home with not only the recipes themselves, but also some very, very good professionally created marketing materials or informational materials. They're not really marketing materials that pertain to the topic. And the topics are, as I've mentioned already, healthy weight management. Another very popular title was originally called The Cancer Project, but now it's called The Power of Food for Cancer Prevention and Survival. We also have the Diabetes Initiative, and I'll be starting one of those again soon. And we have Healthy Eating for Kids, which is a 4-week program.
Now let me ask you about that, because if someone comes to you for that, are they mostly interested in preventing diabetes, or are these people who generally have diabetes and they want to explore the nutritional dimension of curing the diabetes or limiting the diabetes, the effects of diabetes? What are the people like that come to you on this?
Well, the people who come to my classes really want to know how to cook healthy foods, but they also want to know what foods can I eat that help me fight or prevent a recurrence of cancer. And some of the materials that we have are geared just towards that, eating from the color rainbow. And so we talk very specifically about which foods are good for fighting prostate cancer and breast cancer. But most of the people that come for the diabetes class are either pre-diabetic or they have type 2 diabetes. And very few people know that type 2 diabetes can be usually reversed by proper change in diet. But we're not giving medical advice, and we advise people very carefully and very strongly to do this in conjunction with their doctor's advice, because food is a powerful medicine. And if they're taking medicines to mask symptoms and high cholesterol and high blood pressure by correcting their diet, they don't need those medications anymore. So their doctors wean them off of the medications.
Now that Food for Life website is an exciting one too. That's for the Physicians Council on Responsible Medicine. I believe the program is Food for Life.
Right.
The website is not foodforlife.com. If you go there, you'll connect up with a bread manufacturer. They make great bread, by the way.
They do really good. It's not the same.
It won't be a bad mistake, but their website is ffl.com.
FFL Classes.
Okay, and then fflclasses.
.org.
.org.
Or .com. They both work.
Okay, we'll take you to the schedule of classes in your area. This is nationwide now, folks, so we're talking about wherever you live. This will take you put in your state, your zip code, however it works, and it'll tell you the classes in your area. Now, if you're in this area, the Bluffton or Hilton Head Island area, then you'll be talking to Leslie and finding out about her scheduled classes. And you also are welcome to call, or rather to email Leslie directly to talk to her about these classes, and also the Eat Smart, Live Longer Club at Sun City if you don't already know about it. But I would just then want to conclude, if we can, by saying that, first off, what a pleasure it's been myself to talk to Leslie today, and also how I can only encourage you to connect up with people who are looking for better diet, or people that are interested in the trend, if you will, towards better diet, healthier living through a better diet. And this is one of the big trends in this area. And so hopefully you'll decide to come down here and relocate and be part of this trend if you're not already. But do you have any specific advice, Leslie, for anyone that you'd like to leave them with about the, really just anything at all about what we're talking about?
I do. Just try it. Try it for a short period of time. If you want to take an introductory class, I'll be offering those. Send me an email. I'll let you know when they are, or go to your fflclasses.org website, because there are lots of introductory classes there. But just try it, because the food is so delicious. And whether you're eating food, choosing food, it's either going to help you or it's going to hurt you. It's either going to help you heal disease or it's going to trigger disease. And just realize that every bite you put in your mouth is a bite that is doing one of those two things. And so as you're cooking for yourself and cooking for your loved ones, think about that. Because we're not asking you for a life change unless you want to. But if you try it for just 3 weeks, then your taste buds change. You lose those cravings and desires for the heavy salt and the oil and the sugar that we've all come to love.
It's true. It's true. If I could just comment as well, my advice would be to start with whatever you can start with. Whatever your, is it within your ability, your willpower? It might be something as simple as switching from normal table salt to sea salt. It might be some concern about the fragrances that you wear, antiperspirants. It could be about the amount of food that you're eating, or how often you're eating, or of course what you're eating. These are all important things that they all add up. One of the things from the Knives Over Forks video that I thought was profound is when Dr. Colin Campbell talks about the formula for good health, and he says that, well, there really isn't one particular formula. It's aside from staying away from animal-based foods, but that it's a myriad of small things that all collectively combine to make for a good diet and for good health. And so we just need to, just need to take the first step, folks. Just take the first step. You know, I'm back to the type of person who says, well, let's eat, drink, and be merry, because we're going to all die somewhere. What difference does it make? I think the proper response to that person is, well, wouldn't you rather live healthy while you're alive?
Right.
I'm reminded of this interview many years ago with Mickey Mantle when he was alive, and he said, well, if I knew I was going to live this long, I would have treated myself better. But so eventually the light goes on, and whatever the influence or factor that affects our life will whisper in our ear and tell us, well, it's maybe a good time to start thinking about eating better. And that day might come for you tomorrow, today, next week, next year, I don't know. But I certainly hope it comes for you. It is a growing trend here in this area of people with our farmers markets, with the Eat Smart Club, with Leslie's cooking classes, with the different food advisors that are out there. They're all pretty much singing off of the same page, and it's a growing trend. So I hope you're part of it, and if not, well, please become part of it. Leslie, how do people find out now about, how can they reach you?
The best way to reach me is by email, and my email address is lhaasffl@gmail.com. That stands for Leslie Haas, foodforlife@gmail.com.
Well, thank you for that. I'm sure you'll get some people contacting you. And of course, as a real estate broker, I need to invite you to come see me about finding the house and community where you can thrive. And my cell number is 843-684-2933. And my email address, rich@gogated.com. So thank you for watching this video. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you, Leslie. We've enjoyed talking to you, and thank you again.